She was happy to be awake before him. With any luck, she'd have an hour of solitude before having to deal with him. Since it was Saturday morning, he'd want sex. It was a tradition implemented when they first started dating, back when sex with him was fun. Now it was no different than any other Saturday chore. She'd rather vacuum or dust. The early morning light shined through the blinds, casting a heavenly glow over the bed. His big and hairy body curled beneath the sheets like an unwanted teddy bear. The delightfully husky man she fell in love with died the first night he kept her awake with his snoring. He also kicked and elbowed her in his sleep while consistently pulling the sheets off her. She entertained the thought of smothering him with a pillow, but he hogged those too, overlapping them so he'd have a firmer cushion for his precious big head. If she smothered him, then he'd release his bowels, and that would mean more laundry. Quietly, she made herself a pot of coffee. She used the recommended amount of grounds, not the double dosage that he would brew. His coffee tasted like mud. Not even tons of cream and sugar could save it. When he woke up, he'd complain that her coffee was too wimpy. A little Drano would spice it up. No, he'd probably smell it. Would Mop and Glow work? In movies, everybody had rat poison lying around. Why did their house have to be rodent-free? She hoped to have some time to read the paper before he came in and started pulling it apart, looking for the sports page or comics or movie section. Then he'd eat a bowl of his sugary cereal and splatter milk all over the place. Wasn't there an urban legend about arsenic in newsprint? How many Saturdays of ink-filled hands would it take for him to perish? Maybe she'd start having the daily paper delivered too. She turned on the radio. She enjoyed the smooth jazz stations in the morning. It helped ease into her day instead of jolted awake by his violent Saturday morning cartoons, wrestling, or random sporting event. The morning paper told of an old-time movie actress who died of natural causes. What were the odds of him dying this morning of natural causes? Slim, since longevity ran in his family. 3 of his grandparents were still alive. Damn! When they went to the mall later that day, she could nudge him into the path of an oncoming car. If it looked like an accident, the insurance company would pay her a nice settlement, and she'd assuage the driver's guilt by letting him or her know she had no hard feelings. These things happen. With any luck, he'd choke on whatever fried junk he'd get at the food court. Perhaps she could tell him some made-up shocking news as he popped that crap into his mouth. It would take all her strength not to push him out of her speeding car when he started complaining about the way she drove. There had to be a way of killing him and getting off on an insanity plea. Maybe Michael Connelly had a book about that. Not that she could concentrate on reading with him around, asking her inane questions or wanting to show her the latest stupid internet video. Why was she thinking about this? She should enjoy her morning, these last few minutes before he walked into the room, his wriggling like hair-covered gelatin. A smile spread across his face. "Good morning, sunshine," he greeted her. "Morning, sweetie." They kissed. God, she hated him.